42 goes down low. The 79 gets caught up in it just at the very end. The 67 though of Nathan Stanley makes it on through free and clear. He, Paul Ferdiani, and Larry Dickerson having a drag race down to the for one last attack, getting underneath him, not quite able to make it stick, having to lift once again. Into exit of turn number 4, down onto the front straightaway here. Who's going to win it with the drag race? It's going to be Timothy Pope. First 3 and 4, 751 with a hefty lead here, about a half a car length as the one gets up into the wall with a run down. 200 feet. It's going to be a close one across the line. Garrett Welsh made it 3 wide on the far outside lane, picking up spots left and right here as everybody fighting for every single spot we go. Coming across the line, white flag. So here we go, final lap. Hello and welcome, race fans. That's right, we're not playing Farm Sim here tonight. We are live with the Numb Thumbs Racing League Xfinity Series here, coming at you from Iowa, out here amongst the cornfields. These drivers taking on this tricky, less than a mile track that is gonna be a big testament to these drivers' skills and patience here tonight. So without further ado, let's get things all locked in and loaded and get the party started with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge thank you to the great supporters of the NTRL, such as Davidson Builders up there in that northern New Jersey area. Be sure to go check them on out if you're looking to maybe do a in-house remodel, put on a little bit of addition, or even just change out the kitchen sink and those countertops. Be sure to give Davidson Builders a call and let the premier builders up there take care of your business. Of course, big thank you as well to DEP Graphics. Some phenomenal paint schemes coming out of that garage every single day, so be sure to get yourself a customized paint scheme here for iRacing today from DEP Graphics. Big thank you as well to Sim Gear Central. Excuse me. Sim Gear Central, where they got the craziest button boxes around with all the flip dials, turn knobs you could possibly think of, whether it's for farm sim, truck sim, flight sim, iRacing sim, or even the Sims. Be sure to head on over to Sim Gear Central to pick up a great, fantastic button box here today. Big thank you as well to Track Bar Media for all your photo and video edits of real life and sim life racing, and of course some apparel as well. Head on over to Track Bar Media to check out what they got going on. And of course, big thank you as well to Martin Sports for all your race wear and apparel, customized jerseys, and all of that kind of good stuff. Be sure to head on over to Martin Sports and start looking like a team today. As always, I am Alan Brown, and I don't know why I am still looking at yacht reviews, even though I didn't win the Powerball, but, you know, that's just how it goes. But either way, I am joined by the Brewmaster in general here tonight, Mr. Alan English, in the booth with me this evening. Al, we come to the tricky track here at Iowa, the longest short track that's really on around here.
Yeah, it's 7/8 of a mile track, and it races real big, and these guys are going to have a great time out there tonight, beating and banging. It's not a whole lot of room left to right out there. It's a pretty narrow way around here, so it ought to be a lot of fun, and can't wait to see how these guys negotiate it. They're going to have to deal with the 40-mile-an-hour speed limit, though, on the pit lane, so we'll see how those guys are able to slow down and stay within those limits.
Yeah, that indeed is. Down there on pit road is our anger management specialist himself, Mr. Adam Turner, getting all locked in and loaded here tonight. And Adam, we come back to one of our favorite tracks. We typically see a pretty good race here whenever we come over.
Yeah, it's a short track that runs like a mile and a half, I think is what you kind of described it earlier. I love Iowa, man. There's corn there. I think they have them big corn-fed deer. Pretty sure I need to go hunting out there. But whatever. It's going to be a good one. We got a big game tonight, too. Game 7, Astros, Rangers. We got a lot going on.
I don't know, right?
Here's the deal with the rules tonight, though. 1 fast repair, 70% fuel, 3 sets of tires, 18 incident points. You get a penalty, 25 disqualified, 72 degrees on the track.
All right, so we take a look here at tonight's race info. Like we've been mentioning, 7/8 of a mile here tonight under the night sky with all the pretty lights around the racetrack all lit on up. These drivers not having any issues with the temperature whatsoever, and it looks like to be a nice and clear day, so no rain in the forecast either. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race. Got to keep that car under control here tonight, because you're going to end up out there in the cornfields with the children of the corn. And if you ever seen that movie, that is never a good thing.
Yeah, you got to be consistent too. Take care of your machine out there. Yeah, it runs like a mile and a half, but don't kid yourself. This is a short track. There's going to be some side-to-side contact out there. We got a big field out there. I think last time I checked, we have 35 drivers. Yep, that checks. 35 drivers registered out here. So on a 7/8 mile, yeah, that they're going to run into some traffic, not just on their same lap, but they're going to hit some of that lap traffic as well.
Well, that's a testament to the league. They want a bunch of people in here that can race at a short track like this. You put a lot of cars on the track, it's going to be wild tonight. So hopefully somebody punches somebody in the face later.
Maybe. Just maybe, as we get all locked in and loaded. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, if you enjoy any of the action, hit that thumbs up button as well, so that way we can continue to grow this fantastic community we got going on over here. And look forward to seeing everybody race in and race out.
That S4 guy already joining us over there in the YouTube chat with a pumpkin emoji, a jack-o'-lantern emoji, I should say. And Plus EV Racing saying, let's go Team Plus EV.
Well, is it a jack-o'-lantern if there's no light up inside of it?
Well, it's a pumpkin if it's just a pumpkin. But as soon as you start making a face on it and stuff, I think it becomes a jack-o'-lantern, doesn't it?
Well, it looks like it has a light. Honestly, it looks like it's lit up behind. I don't know. Debatable, Brown. That's a good question.
Because the lantern part is kind of a big key in there.
Yeah, that's true. Very key.
But nonetheless, I digress.
Rebecca Davis out there pulling for hashtag StubNation. Plus EV saying like and subscribe. Thank you for that.
Yeah, Brian, don't worry. That's all we do here is digress sometimes. So
Yeah.
I like it. I like where you're headed with the pumpkin and the lantern and all that. Jack-o'-lantern. Anyway, looks like we're going to grid up here.
Hey, about 10 more seconds left here tonight. And we get everybody all locked in, loaded there on the grid. Spent a little bit of the practice spending some time with Beer Money Racing's team and getting some insights here to the racetrack and what they're gonna have going on for themselves here this evening. It looks like qualifying coming to an end, and that means we get to go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver is going to be starting here tonight with your official starting grid here from Iowa. The 13 of the old man, Mr. Paul Durkee, getting started up there on that front row. He's going to have the 23 of the Mac Daddy, Mr. Mark Collins, starting to his outside in second. You got the 1 of DW, the one-legged wonder, Mr. Derek Welsh, getting started in third in that second row. You got the 41 of Chris Goins starting to his outside tonight in fourth. 48 of Mr. Zeth Hawley, trying to get a good finish here tonight, but starting off strong there inside that top 5. Just to his outside is the 19 of Brandon Coleman, getting a good starting spot tonight as well there in 6th. The 8 of Dylan Mad Max Bryant, getting the party started in 7th with the 05 of PJ Cox, finding his way inside of this starting top 10. You also got the 20 of Justin Lawson, sitting there in 9th place to get it all kicked on off. And the 32 of Mr. Nick Biddy rounds out your field starting top 10.
Yeah, the Canadian Rocket out there, Connor Leach in the 98 machine starting in 11th place. Outside row number 6, Frank Peacock in the 38 machine. The 10 car, Paul Ferdiani, the Gambler, in the 13th place. 14th will be Anthony Williams in the 4 car. 31 is Scott Milner, starting 15th place. 16th will be Stubbs, Tim Stubbfield in the 92. The 46 machine, Justin Morrow, starting in 17th place. Outside row number 9 will be Sean Roberts in the 33. The 3 of Skylar Herod will start in 19th place. 20th place, Triple O Joe Bennett in that Triple O car. Let's see, and that rounds out your top 20. Take it away there, bud.
All right, Chris Klein.
Almost overran it.
Yeah, he did. Chris Klein, 21st. Michael Adamson, 22nd. Number 6, Joe David, 23rd. Russ Endicott, 57, 24th. Tristan Cotton, he'll start 25th. Benjamin McKinnon, 26th. Hayden Malcolm starts 27th in the 81. Jarrett Woodard in the 79. 28th. Larry Dickerson in this. Justin Hurst, 31st. Albert Anderson, America's driver. 32nd, John Luke Wilkie. I love that name. You know that. 33rd, Joseph Thompson. And Tom Barish, the double nickel, rounds it out.
And that will be your field here tonight, as your pole sitter looks like he's maybe serving a penalty and is going to end up starting further back in this field. And that's going to be a little bit of a rough start for the old man as we round out and down the front straightaway here once again behind the pace car. Lights are off, and we're getting ready to head on over to the green flag.
Jugu says that Beer Money Racing's got some work to do out here tonight, and Tristan Cotton says, "I'm Tristan Cotton?" ? Driver of the number 7 Good Humor Camaro? ? Yes, you are, Tristan. You are driver of the number 7 Good Humor Chevy Camaro. We saw the paint out there. Awesome little throwback kind of style.
Is that like reading everything off the teleprompter?
Yes. He will say whatever you type in there.
Yeah, kind of like the guy that allegedly runs this, the free world. Yeah, same thing. Here we go.
Oh, is that the same thing?
Well, yeah.
Sure.
Debatable as we get ready as the pace car dives on down and into pit lane. Green flag racing for the first time here from Iowa as the field gets up to speed, stumbling and bumbling down into turns 1 and 2. Side by side go the 1 and the 23. DW and Mac Daddy have raced each other once before, and they do it here once again with the 23 still up on that outside lane, really picking up a good head full of speed. You got the 19 machine scraping the outside wall there. losing a few positions as the 98 of Connor Leach continues to pick and choose his way on up through the field, now trying to pass the 20 of Justin Lawson. 10 of Paul Ferdiani trying to do the same thing. Oh, but the back end starts slipping out from underneath him a little bit, but he's able to correct and just not quite able to make use of that momentum that he had. You also got the 3 of Skylar Herod getting all locked in and loaded side by side with a 31. He's got the 32 of Nick Biddy out in front of him here as well. PJ Cox inside of this battle here. 2 inside of that top 10 for Anthony Williams side by side with looks like the 92 at Timothy Stubblefield as they head on down the back straightaway. They got the 51 Chris Klein locked in there trying to get things all figured on out. The triple O of the double O with a single O of Mr. Joe Bennett out here inside this battle, as well as some contact there between the 7 and the 4. The 4 corrects but loses a good chunk of his bumper.
Yeah, you had a bunch of wrecking on that first lap too, but it all fell down below the yellow line, and it was the 55 and the 57 among others, but it never brought out the yellow because it got off the track. Didn't want to interrupt your rhythm there, buddy.
Oh, you're good. It's the 55 and 57 still racing against each other pretty hard right now, side by side down into turns 1 and 2, but a whole bunch of good racing action going on out here. Hayden Malcolm and Mike Adamson going a little right side romance there, some door rubbing action.
Well, the 23 and the 1, they are teammates and they're friends and they've known each other for a long time, but make no mistake, Derek Welch and Mark Collins, they are going to race each other hard. They both want a win here at a technical track like Iowa, so keep your eye on these two. They're teammates, but they're going to be very competitive up there.
Ooh, it's a 46. Justin Morrow hits the outside wall pretty firm there. Didn't seem to scrub too much speed off, though. And he hangs on for a 9th place spot. Meanwhile, the 19, Brandon Coleman, still in a pretty good fight right now. He's alongside the 32 of Nick Biddy, just trying to stay up inside of this top 10 right now. Speaking of 10, you got Paul Ferdiani there still lurking in the wins, just waiting for his opportunity to get a pass underway.
Still seeing some 2-wide action out there. These guys have not single filed out all the way just yet. Some crossover moves happening around Nick Biddy right here.
Man, talk about a fantastically themed paint scheme there for the 81 of Hayden Malcolm. Got the whole Iowa corn all locked on in. Great looking car here tonight.
Nick Biddy and Brandon Coleman. Very, very close there. I think that Nick Biddy mistook the 10 of Ferdiani for Coleman there. Talking to him on the radio.
It's pretty easy to do, even with your relative up. You know, you get so used to racing with certain guys, racing under certain numbers that, man, just from the eye test, you know, you might think it's one person, it's actually another one. I mean, how many times, you know, racing with our good buddy Jimmy, did you say, Jimmy, and it ended up being Adam Strom or somebody else?
Yeah, it ended up being somebody else, but usually we were right.
Usually, yeah.
He would wreck Rob, and Rob would start screaming.
Oof.
And Jimmy would be like, I guess that was kind of both of our fault. That's what he usually would say, which would enrage Rob even more.
Man, yes, sir. As the 32 slid up the track, there was very close. I thought there was going to be some bumper rubbing here. It's almost looking like it was going to go 3 wide here at Iowa. Not an overly wide track, as, oh man, look at that 10 machine go flying up the track. I think maybe starting to feel a little bit of that tire wear start to set in, getting a little bit tight.
How to manage those tires here. This is one of those tracks. It's going to eat them up. Not a super speedway. This is not Bristol. High bank short track. You've really got to watch that right front, especially. Don't cook it too early.
A lot of drifting going on right now. Somebody just drifted down and almost to the grass. So, really interesting so far here in Iowa.
And talking with those Beer Money Racing Team guys, especially Skylar Harrod, he did a long run test, like a solid 60 lap run, and man, he said his left front was like 90 something percent, but his right front was down to like 70. So it's all about managing that right front tire here tonight. Oh, 90.
I'm glad to hear the wine's flowing over there, Adam.
Yeah, that's great.
House full
Can't
of
imagine anywhere I'd rather be right now than right here in Iowa.
099 of America's driver, Albert Anderson, in the mix here alongside the 48. You also got the 6, the 7, and the 8 all battling around each other right now. Now we just need the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we got ourselves some consecutive numbers going on.
Watching Schoolhouse Rock all over again.
Yeah, pretty much. There's a pretty good pack here in the back. Dickerson, 48, number 7. 48 and the 6 got into it.
And not even just in the back. You got the 51 of Chris Klein alongside of 92 of Timothy Stubblefield, 10 of Scott Milner, or 10 of Paul Ferdiani, and 31 of Scott Milner, having a good battle here just outside of the top 10. Then you got the 05 PJ Cox looking down low, trying to sneak on by the 46 of Just Morrow, and then hunt down the 98 of Connor Leach.
3 wide. We got the 10 going sideways there, 3 wide, but able to save it. That got a little western there for a while, as Adam likes to say.
That's where officially through 18 laps, working on lap number 19 right now as DW slips his way on past the 23 of Mark Collins. Now so does the 41 of Chris Goins, moving his way on up.
DW moved like he was in an electric forklift. So he's just kind of sneaking by. They can't hear him or what?
Well, I think he's now in one of those what do they call it? The hover round? I don't know.
Yeah, those are nice. Real nice.
His if they've given up on his leg or what, I think that he's going to have to rely on some wheeled transportation to get around for the time being.
Hopefully it doesn't have forks on it.
Well, I mean,
Seems to be dangerous.
sure.
Yes. We don't know where to
Yes.
go with that one. He's already mad at us anyway.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't want to get
I'm
his cancer.
sorry, I'm in the middle of trying to log into my Hulu so that I can watch the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's important.
10 in the wall again. 10's got a wicked hard push condition right now. Now he's going, looks like he's about to go 3 wide. Not quite. Paul Ferdiani in a tight spot there.
Getting a excuse me, a little squeezy. Do you think for the 10 machine it just might be the line that he's running? Because I haven't seen too many other people have problems with a tight race car right now.
Could be. I mean, these guys are already 23 laps in on this set of tires. If you do drive it a certain way, I mean, you could burn that right front up.
That's what it looks like to me. He's just struggling to keep it afloat. He's going to have to come up with a new plan when he gets some new tires on the thing.
Oh man, as we got some great racing here. The 92 Stubblefield trying to work its way around the outside of the 33 of Sean Roberts. Meanwhile, you got the 8, the 81, 69, all 3 wide here with the 48 as well. Looks like the 8 machine making use of his momentum and able to escape that situation.
81 looks like he's a little bit off the pace, or he's doing a little tire saving. I see him moving from the low line to the high line and back and forth. So he may be just trying to fish for someplace to go where they ain't, so he could save some tires.
Yeah. Gordiani definitely needs some right now. He's struggling.
I know you didn't want to know the result of the game here, English, but did you want to know what the current score was?
Sure.
3-1 Rangers, end of the first.
Excellent. Take it.
The
Hopefully they
Astros,
don't blow it.
the cheating Astros, left 2 men on.
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
man,
that was a
this
couple
is
of years
painful.
ago. I'm
Yeah.
willing to.
Oh,
let
come on.
my
People are
conscience
still
go.
calling Patriots cheaters ever since.
No, they are all
the-
cheating.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a new cheat, like a new hack right now we don't even know about.
The Saints were at least high tech about it. They were like tapping the intercom on the other team's headsets and stuff. They're like, "Here, use this headset." And it was patched
Yeah.
into
Well,
Tom Benson's office.
their
Trash can.
cheating was done with, well, it wasn't really even cheating. It was more just giving extra paychecks to knocking people out.
Well, that too. That was a separate thing. So yeah, the Saints have had more than one cheating scandal.
Oh, it's a 9 machine almost gets up into the outside wall there a little bit. Able to fight his way on back out of it. Meanwhile, 00 Joe Bennett looking on down low inside of him here.
Well, Coleman in the 19 has an interesting paint. Never heard of that whiskey.
What kind of whiskey?
I don't want to say it. I mean, it seems like
Interesting. Okay, I'll go find it.
it's kind of. Was it against FCC rules?
Let me zoom in.
I might be pushing the boundaries a little bit.
Oh, that's a brand name.
Well, it is.
Oh, it is.
However,
I just made
YouTube
up.
does not discriminate between brand names and just words in general.
So
What?
chicken, and then the name for a male chicken. Which, if you've
Rooster.
ever been to a cockfight, you understand
There you go.
what that is. So combine the two: chicken cock whiskey. I mean, that's not,
It's by the Viagra card just passed him.
yeah.
That's great
Jay
timing.
Cox.
And both cars were very excited. Thank you for that S4 guy for joining us out here tonight, saying the 41 Papa Pro Mustang is going to take it home tonight. We'll see. Jessica Stubblefield is out there pulling for stubs and saying, I commented on a post just for you guys, AAA guys on Facebook. I hope y'all saw it. I'm going to have to go back and look.
You have to report to me. I don't deal with anything Zuckerberg says, so let me know what she said.
I went straight from being at work to cooking brats to being on here, so I haven't really had much Facebook looking to do.
Bratwurst and peppers. What were you having over there?
Brats and onions and peppercorns and whatever else I could throw in the pot with some beer. Boiled it for a while and then fried it in some butter and threw it in a bun. You know what I've really grown to love? That brown mustard mixed with horseradish.
Delicious.
Oh my goodness. You talk about a spicy brat right there, boy. It was made for it.
Do you want a really hot take?
Yeah.
Sure.
Do a 2-to-1 of mayo and ketchup.
It's like McDonald's secret sauce.
Almost.
But then you got to throw in some relish for that.
Oh yeah, 100%. It
No,
makes
I like
it
that. That's
makes
a good
it-
idea. I like
makes-
that, bro.
Gives you that little extra sweet and salt in there.
And then throw in some red pepper flakes.
Ooh, 46. Oh, coming on down, makes contact with the 92 of Stubblefield, who goes sideways down across the track and into the infield. Still green flag racing here.
This is about the third incident we've seen with contact between cars on the racetrack that slid below the racing surface, so the yellow was not thrown. Even with a 35 car field, there was not enough traffic out there to warrant throwing a yellow flag, so iRacing did not do so.
And 41 of Chris Goins did make his way on past the one of DW. That was a multi-lap fight that went on, but eventually the 41 prevailed. It looks like they're starting to come up on some lap traffic here. Looks like they're going to start passing the 72 of John-Luke Wilkie here. Put him a couple laps down, more than just the one. Still a whole bunch of traffic going around that 69 of Larry Dickerson, though. Got Adamson, Milner, Hawley, Triple O Joe. Whole bunch of stuff going on back here in a fight for about 15th.
Sorry, I'm fighting the hiccups too right at this point.
What? It might be because of that horseradish. You think?
Beer, or the beers, I don't know.
Well,
One or the other.
both. I gotta find this post that she's talking about. Did you ever find that?
Oh
No, I
no,
didn't
the
see it.
Trister. Tristan Cotton having a bit of an issue down there, and again we continue to run here. No yellow flag, but Tristan Cotton inside the wall. Oh man, gonna have to see what happened here. Looked like some beat and bang. At 55, Tom Barish coming on up around the kind of middle to outside. It was 3 wide, and then everything just got squeezed together. The 55 and the 7 both kind of going around. 7 getting the most of that one and hitting the inside pit wall. Ooh, that is some hard impact there. Hopefully the machine's able to get back going here.
They're kind of single filing out at the moment, for the most part.
Hey,
Except for the 15 and the 10, they're battling for 28th. What else is out there?
I wouldn't have thought that would be this spread out on a short track, honestly.
hey, it's the biggest short track around. I mean, we always say it, it races like 1.5 miles, and I mean, that's really the closest we can say about it.
Like, people say Dover's really kind of a short track, but it's a solid mile, so it's even a little bit longer.
Here we go.
It's close, yeah.
15, 16, 17, 18. That's a pretty good battle, too. At the moment, Yahtzee.
Ada Dylan Bryant involved in that one as he and the Triple O of Joe Bennett going side by side. Having some good battles out there.
See, if Joe Bennett wants to enter another league with different numbers, he can't do 4 zeros. He's got to go back to a single zero, I guess.
Yeah.
Single zero Joe, just single O Joe. That doesn't sound right.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't. As Albert Anderson tries to find his way underneath him here. But so here's the interesting part, right? It's the Triple O of the Double O, and Joe only has 1 O.
J-O. That spells Joe.
Yeah, it just has. So it's the triple to the double to the single.
Goodness.
Almost hitting for the cycle there.
Yeah, damn near. Smart ass.
So we continue
That was
to.
good.
I know. I had to throw a good baseball reference in there every once in a while.
Sure, yeah.
Got the
With you.
3 of Skylar Herod out here. Yeah, no, a little too close to the outside wall there. Ends up scrubbing a little bit of speed off, but continuing to drive in the right direction. 19 of Coleman. Oh man, look at Connor Leach all over his back end here.
I'm glad that Jesse Redding is out there on the YouTube chat. There was a special announcement. I don't know if y'all missed it, but Christopher Goins running for president. Chris Goins for president 2024. Thank you, Jesse, for reminding us of that. I know that he's got a great chance. just off of name recognition alone on AAA broadcasting, I think he can win a lot of these battleground states. I'm pretty sure he's got a great chance out there. So just keep in mind, guys, Gones for president.
Definitely will keep that in mind the next time I jump
We need
into
to
a
make
booth.
a campaign flyer for a couple of these races and have him sponsor. This race brought to you by, Gones for president. We'll have him do a short little thing and say, that he approved this message and all that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. I think we're starting to see the first round of pit stops coming up here, Mr. English, here about lap 51 as the 33 Sean Roberts finds his way on down into pit lane, the very slow pit lane at that.
40 miles an hour they got to get that thing down to, and this is at 1/3 of the way through the race here tonight, so watch for a repeat at about lap 100, I think.
Yeah, I think you may be right, and I think this is maybe where we might see some differences in some pit strategies, because as I said earlier, I think these guys are good for about 65 or so on the fuel. It's just a question of whether they want to go that far or not. But I mean, as of right now, like the leaders like Chris Goins, Justin Lawson, who's been making his way on up there as well. Same thing with DW, Mark Collins, Nick Biddy. They're still only running about a second off of what their fastest lap times were. So, I mean, they're not really feeling it too bad yet.
Yeah, a second means a lot at a short track, though, if you think about it, because, you're running 25 seconds out here instead of 40. So, I mean, 1 second means a lot. But look at guys like Brandon Coleman. He is really struggling out there, the driver of the 19, really having a bad push condition coming off of 2 and 4. He does okay on entry and the middle. It's the back side of the turns is where he's really suffering. He might need to change that lineup or something here after he swaps out these tires.
You might be right. And I mean, Jessica, I mean, I have problems going up and down stairs.
Sure.
It might also be because
I avoid them at all costs.
That's why I have one floor here. That's also because I'm poor. But I have
Sure.
just
Yeah, me too.
one floor. No, I don't need any stairs,
Well, I mean, it also a certain amount of certain beverages doesn't help either.
That's true. That's what you purchase accordingly.
Yes.
You're going to consume cold ones a lot, so you don't want to buy stairs,
True.
Bad idea.
The 05 PJ Cox making his way on down into pit road.
All right, so here we go.
Yeah, it's still got this great battle happening in front of the 8 of Dylan Bryant. Whole bunch of traffic going on around him right now.
I like the traffic. I mean, I'm just trying to feel out this race, how it's going to end up. We're going to have a fuel mileage thing. Really hadn't had any major incidents.
Or a tire saving game.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're starting to bunch up, though. Certain spots on the track. I think that's due to tire wear.
did you guys do the poll over there at the VRL?
I don't know enough
Oh.
NASCAR drivers to really fill that thing out.
Oh my goodness. I dove back deep in my knowledge from the 90s, and I really put a lot of thought into that poll, and it took me a long time. So I hope they appreciate the answers I put in there, because there was some that were spot on and some that were done as a
Somebody
joke.
doing like a research study or what?
Yeah, that's what it is. Somebody has a
That's-
statistics
yeah.
class. But I mean, it kind of makes you really, really think. It's a good thinking tool.
I don't need any
Coleman
more thinking.
down on the pit
I mean,
lane.
thinking's overrated.
The whole team of
Yes,
goats,
fun.
Coleman, Turkey, and Lawson. And then you got Chris Goins making his way on down into pit road here as well, gifting the lead to the 32 and Nick Biddy for the time being while we got these green flag pit stops underway.
Team concept in full swing here. Guys coming in and going out of the pit boxes at the same time here. The blending is going to be the key here. Coleman going to be blending right in behind the 9.
Meanwhile, you also got the 3 and the 4 going side by side right in front of these guys as well. As the grand shuffle continues on here at Iowa amongst the corn.
I am a corn fan. I love corn. I love corn.
I like it in a can.
I love street corn. I love corn in a can.
I mean, like in a can is what I mean is when they brew it into beer.
That's an adjunct, yeah. Flaked corn, and in fact, I've got some.
Well, that's more of
Miller
a
products right here that has-
that's more of a whiskey thing than beer, though, Turner.
That too. No, they make beer out like people. You
Yep.
can make beer out of it, but whiskey, yes.
Yep.
Corn is very versatile.
Miller
you,
Coors.
Iowa.
Miller Coors uses
Yes.
a lot of corn adjunct in their beer.
I think they
just
use
like
like a corn syrup.
pre-prohibition, they used a lot of flaked corn. If you're drinking a Anheuser-Busch product, their
Rice.
adjunct sugar is rice. Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me. As the 23, 51, and the 8 make their way on down onto pit road here.
46 is around on his own. I don't.
Oh, and that's going to
Yeah,
bring out the
yellow
yellow
out.
flag. Oh, and talk about a last-minute dive back on out for the 32 and the 98. They were all set up to come on down into the pits.
Didn't see if anybody got a black flag there. I don't think anybody did. I think they dove out just in time.
I think that was 46 just on his own, and he had traffic around him. Nobody really got harmed there.
Oh, yeah, he just hit the inside apron just a little bit, and it caused that 46 machine to get a little loosey-goosey and spin on around. No contacts or anything. He did end up towing to the pits, though.
Jessica Stubblefield, a fan of the street corn. And,
Elotes?
yes. And pointing out that rain makes corn, corn makes whiskey. That's true.
I mean, that makes sense.
What's that corn dish you mix with cream cheese and you put a lot of hot pepper powder and stuff in it? You know what I'm talking
Tahine? That's the street corn.
about? But you cut it off the cob and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's elotes, man.
That's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Put some tahine on there.
Guys, this isn't really going to affect the strategy too much towards the halfway point of this race, I don't believe.
I don't think so. I mean, this is also like getting quite a few people stuck a lap down right now. Don't know if they're going to be able to get waved around in time or not.
Joseph Thompson, I think, the only guy out there with a black flag, the driver of the 12 machine.
Man. It kind of happened at a weird time, too. Really wasn't ready for that one. I'll tell you who looks like helped him out. Dickerson, Albert Anderson. Those guys moved up 26, 24 spots. Mike Adamson, too, 19 spots up.
Yeah, but again, they're benefiting big time from when that caution came out, as they were not ready to quite come on down into the pits yet.
Basically a freebie.
Pretty much. Hey, I ain't never saying no
Yeah.
to some freebie positions.
Yeah, it worked out for him, though. Sure. Love free stuff.
Jessica,
remember when Huh?
go ahead, bud.
No, I was just saying, remember when the cigarette man would come around at the bar and you just take a free pack just because?
I remember going to the rodeo in San Antonio, and they're just giving out free cans of Skull and Copenhagen.
Yeah,
And then you
miss
just walk
those
around
days.
and you take your hat off, and you try to get another can, like you were
Yeah, I miss
somebody else.
those.
You walk
Miss
around
those
the
days.
concourse,
Yeah, oh yeah, I remember
at
that.
the Freeman Coliseum, San Antonio.
I did in Houston, but yeah, same scenario.
Yeah, same Astrodome.
Yep.
Jessica Stubblefield, I would finish the lyrics, but I can't say that I know the song.
I do know the song, and I'm not going to.
Oh.
No, they're not.
Who's the
They're not
artist?
bad.
Who is it?
I
Is
don't
it
know.
Dan and
Luke-
Shay? Because
no,
if
Luke-
it is, I'm
it's-
going to cut this whole thing off.
Luke Bryan.
Well, he's close enough to them.
I
I
don't
think
know.
they're like cousins or something. No?
Not to
No.
dog somebody else's music, but I don't
I'm
really
not.
listen to a lot of variety. So
Well, I do. But just the newer version stuff, I don't really listen to.
I'm into Sam and Dave and stuff lately, man. Like
The
Sam
band?
Moore. Yeah, Sam and Dave, like Motown stuff, man. I've been listening to a lot of it at the brewery on brew days.
Oh,
Sam
no.
and Dave, Ray Charles, and
Well, sure. That's classic.
Temptations, Righteous Brothers, even.
Oh, yes, Righteous Brothers.
All kinds of cool stuff, man. I just been blasting all kinds of music. It makes all the kids look around, like when they come back there, all the 20-somethings, they're like, "What is that?" Ask your grandpa, kid. And then they walk out.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. There's nothing like cruising down the road in your big rig and you're jamming out to some Michael Bublé. Gotta keep that man hibernated and all checked in because his season's coming on up as the pace car comes on down into pit road. Here we go, green flag racing. Here once again with the 32 of Nick Biddy getting a great jump on that restart. Same thing with the 98 of Connor Leach. They're going to break free of this main pack 1 and 2. Mike Adamson, Albert Anderson trying to do the same thing and get some separation. But here comes that 00 000 of Joe Bennett fighting his way on up and through. 69 of Larry Dickerson there, as well as a 38 of Frank Peacock out here as well, trying to fight his way up and pick up a few positions. 3 of Skylar Herod in that same boat, fighting alongside the 6 machine.
Joe Thompson, Paul Durkee, and it's like Ben McKinnon all got hit with a black flag there for no reason at all. It doesn't look like, but the admins with clearer heads, specifically
Yeah.
Derek Welch,
Cleared them out.
Yep.
You got to clear those black flags when there's no reason for them.
Well, I got a feeling
Our
it,
racing does a good job, but it messes up sometimes.
I think it was due maybe to because of some of the wave arounds, and it was getting them pretty close. You don't have a lot of time to make your way back around the track to catch up to the pace car and line up where iRacing is telling you. So it might have been like passing under yellow, one of those kind of things. That's the 22 at Justin Hurst going alongside the 00 000 of Joe Bennett, up 24 spots for the Hurst machine. Ooh, little right side romance there as well. As you always say, 8 wheels turn better than 4. And they're making use of all 8 of them.
Yeah, 00 Joe and the 22 Hurst there. Kind of getting into it.
The Rangers with another home run. It'll be 4-1 here in the third
Okay,
inning.
I'm down. I can understand this game.
104 mile per hour exit velocity on that one. But these guys are driving at 150, so I think these guys are moving a little bit quicker.
I understood the keeping track of the stats on launch angle and exit velocity. It matters where the ball lands, I mean, if you can hit it over the second baseman's head every single time,
Hit it where they
then
ain't.
that's more valuable to me. Yeah.
That's a Yogi
I
Berra,
don't
right?
know. I'm not
Hit
a
it where they ain't.
I'm more of the blooper over the shortstop.
Well, that'll work too. Either way to get on first.
Anyway,
Yeah.
who's on first?
I don't know.
What's on second?
As 33 Sean Roberts tied into a pretty good battle here with the 13 Paul Durkee. Looks like the old man able to win that position for right now. Albert Anderson and the 38 machine going side by side.
Justin Morrow has disconnected, the driver of the 46 exiting tonight's contest. Go get ready for next week.
What is next week?
I'm glad you asked because I don't know. I have to go look it up. Hold on.
Well, you're the good lookup guy.
Sure. Describe the schedule to me here, Mr. English.
Shall I describe you? Schedule. It's Vegas.
Ooh.
Vegas.
That's going to be a good one next week.
Fun.
So basically, pretty much all our top 10 single filed out here pretty quickly. I think they understand that cautions are going to be few and far between here, so I think they're just kind of maybe trying to save up their stuff for that final run here coming up at the end. See that the 55 double nickel of Tom Barris been down on pit road for about 10 minutes now, and hoping he's able to find his way back out onto the racetrack.
I've had the Taco Bell lunch special. I mean, that's happened to all of us. I mean,
Oh, 100%.
you see that deal, you think, oh, I can eat 10 tacos, yeah. 10 tacos for $8 or whatever that thing they used to do. Oh, I can get that box.
Oh yeah, the party pack.
Yeah, and I won't have to eat supper or anything, just pound these tacos at 1:30 in the afternoon. And then guess what? You end up missing half the NTRL race because
What?
you're in the latrine.
No. Never happens.
Meanwhile, 22 machine continuing his drive on up, trying to get back up through this field. Here comes that 3 of Skylar Herod down on the bottom side, trying to pick up that position here.
Well, fellas, really have enjoyed it here tonight. This marks it for me tonight. Got a 200 alarm set, so going out of town, gonna brew some beer down in central Louisiana tomorrow. Big 20-barrel system down in Natchitoches. Any of y'all are down there tomorrow, stop on by.
I'll be there.
And if anybody stops on by, man, I'll buy you a beer. Show up while we're down there.
Just
If you're
one?
lucky. If you're lucky, if we're in a point where we can, maybe a tour of the brewery and stuff. That would be fun.
I want at least a 6-pack if I show up.
Well, you're good for it.
Okay. Just making sure.
Well,
You need to. My house is closer. Just stop by here. I'll give you a growler of some stuff that we don't have down at the brewery.
All right. I'm down.
as everyone makes their plans here for tomorrow, we're going to step aside here and take a quick break from the race in action as we're a little bit past the halfway point. And when we come back, and it's going to be the remainder of this NTRL Xfinity Series race coming at you live from Iowa Speedway with some fantastic race in action being seen by all here. So stick around and we'll be right back. And welcome back as we rejoin the action here. The 98 and the 88 fighting over some podium spots here between second and third. The 88 of Adamson up 19 spots on the day. For the time being, gives the battle up as we have ourselves a caution coming back just in time here, Mr. Turner.
What happened?
That's a fantabulous question. Let's take a look-see. Oh, looks like the 10 machine and the 12 got all tied on up, and the 12 machine getting the big end of the stick on that one. Hey, it looked like the 10 machine just coming down off the wall. Did he like hit the wall or get loose? Oh, I think he might have got a little loose and ended up going down and hitting that 12's quarter panel. 12 with Joe Thompson.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's only the second one for the night, so that's not too bad.
No, but this is also going to change things on up because, man, I think these guys are going to be pretty much set to go from this point on out. I think this is your money stop, final pit stop, and whatever have you.
Yeah, somebody may try to, hope for a final caution or something crazy, but I think you're right. I think this is it. This is going to carry us through.
So we go ahead and take a look-see here and watch these drivers in their race coming off of pit road. As it looks like the 98 of Connor Leach is going to squeeze off of pit lane first. PJ Cox did not come on down into pit road. Followed by the Triple O of Joe Bennett, Skyler Harrod, Nick Biddy, DW, Jarrett Woodard, Mike Adamson, Larry Dickerson, and Frank Peacock making up your top 10.
All right, so who made out here? Did anybody make out or fall hard? Kind of stayed the same.
Well, it's going to be interesting because even the 98 of Connor Leach, a 7.33 pit stop. Double O Joe, a 6.3. Skyler Harrod, a 7.3. Nick Biddy, a full stop. DW with a 7. So we got a whole mix of strategies here between fuel only and maybe some right side tires going on.
Ooh, just rights? That'd be interesting.
Took me a minute because I don't normally check our little channel, and what you wrote in there is pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I gotta keep you updated.
We're closing in here. Final 50 laps of this race. Got ourselves our next caution as Alex Bregman brings the game back to within 2.
Oh, that guy.
Little solo homer against Max Scherzer, the crazy man.
He's an arrogant guy, that Bregman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thinks he owns the world. Yeah, October is always fun for baseball.
It really is, especially when, the Phillies do their job and lose a game, so it's all knotted up there. So good Game 7 coming from that. I mean, it's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's great already, man. A really fun season. Coming to an end, kind of like NASCAR's coming to an end.
Yep.
But they're, playoffs, it's a little different. I really don't like the playoff system for the NASCAR, but it is what it is. We got to deal with it.
Yeah, and well, they're trying, like what baseball's doing, is get the younger fans back into it, and just eventually, when you throw enough spaghetti at the wall, something's gonna stick.
That's what people do all the time, trying to make money. I'm still wondering what these lyrics are, Jessica. I'm not sure. Rain makes corn, corn makes whiskey.
Whiskey makes my baby feel a little frisky.
Oh, that sounds like a Wheel of Fortune thing or something.
It probably could be. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, how many puzzles can they possibly go through, you know?
Or like a Jeopardy question.
Meanwhile,
Finish the lyrics.
Meanwhile, the pace car comes back down and in as the 98 machine immediately jumping on the gun. And we go back to some green flag racing here in the final home stretch with the 3 trying to hold off the 1 machine of DW. And you also got the 32 and the 00 and 000. Going at it side by side. 32 a Biddy. Ooh, 3 wide action going here with DW in the middle.
He's in the sandwich position there, isn't he?
A little bit getting squeezed together there. And 32 of Biddy did take that full stop, so I think he's got the tire advantage here. The question is, will those tires last to the end and actually make a difference as the 38 and the 69 go side by side right behind all this craziness? You also got the 23 of Mark Collins going side by side with the 20 of Justin Lawson here.
Yeah, they're getting kind of racy right now. A lot of double wide. Everybody's feeling frisky on those tires.
Yeah, you ain't kidding here as we take a ride here with the 33 of Mr. Sean Roberts joining us with his driver camera as well. Got his volunteer orange going on. Or safety orange, whatever you want to call it.
Safety first.
Man, especially driving around here in these sim rigs. You never know when a forklift is going to pop out on you. Just ask DW.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
I wonder if
He knows it.
yeah, I wonder if he was wearing his safety stuff.
I bet he won. That's why he doesn't have a complaint with OSHA, you know? Probably didn't have his vest on.
Speaking of the 38 of Frank Peacock setting him up for a pass, getting in behind that rear bumper, now diving on down low into turns 1 and 2, trying to get the run going here. He's got the 099 of Albert Anderson hanging around out there. Been a pretty clean race for America's driver here tonight. Able to keep that car pretty clean and out of trouble. It's been locked into some great battles right around the 15th spot for most of the race, and now finding himself up here inside of the top 10. Here comes the 41 of Chris Gomes. We already know he's got a long run car. He knows how to get this thing to the end, going side by side with the 3 of Skylar Harrod.
He's like a fan favorite earlier. I don't know. Are they still pulling for him out there?
Yeah, I think so. I'm sure. As the 32 of Nick Biddy with those fresh tires breaks free and clear of the chaos by about 2 seconds here, as the 88 of Mike Adamson tries to use that momentum and follow him on through as well. 98 Connor Leach still hanging on to that 3rd place spot, but maybe not for long, as here comes that 099 of Albert Anderson down low. America's driver fighting against Canada, or one of Canada's drivers.
Ooh, punch in the face to Canada. Good job there, Albert. You know, in a fun way. We're friends. Friendly here.
Of course. Oh my goodness. Look at the chaos and the mob happening around the 20 machine right now. Got the 23, 22, 13, 6. Oh my goodness. You also got the, looks like the 05 PJ Cox there as well. This is just brewing for some trouble here.
Well, hopefully somebody gets pissed off about it, you know? Does something. 3 wide, 22 with Lawson in the middle. Lawson worked his way out of that thing.
Yeah, I think it was more of maybe the 23 Mark Collins recognizing the 3 wide situation and just kind of bailing on out of it. He's also up against that outside wall, and we really haven't seen somebody make use of that far outside lane and really rip around it quite yet. But, oh, 69 bounces against the wall. Oh, and that's going to bring out the caution here with the 98 going for a spin. Same thing with the 38 of Frank Peacock.
We'll have to rewatch that one. Canada went around, though.
And he did. 69 and Dickerson trying to make use of that outside lane. The problem is you don't really recognize it, but that outside wall does come back in just a little bit. And he comes down off of it, making, I think, a little bit of contact there with the 98. Let's jump on up to our chopper camera here. And it just comes down, makes a little contact with the 98. 98 hard into the inside fence, and 38 getting tied up into it as well. Bits and pieces flying everywhere.
It almost looked like, yeah, I think he did come down to 69. Is that what you're,
yeah, just a little, just a little bit. Well, that's going to get everybody all re-racked and stacked here. Maybe some people making some last-minute pit stops, recognizing that they might need some tires here for the kind of final 30-lap stretch we got coming up.
Yeah, just touch there. Don't take much.
Looks like they pulled Scherzer here in the third.
Yeah, it's still early, man.
Oh, well, yeah.
It's going to be a good little battle tonight.
Rangers being way better on the road than they are at home.
I know, that's strange, right? But some teams are like that. They just pull together and away for some reason.
It was like the Celtics this past NBA postseason as well. Like most of their away games, they picked up the wins. It was at home they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, you told me about that and told me how to bet. Thank you.
I told you how to bet, but you didn't follow through.
Well, I don't have a.
You just right. You don't know.
Now.
Yeah.
It's illegal where I'm at, unfortunately. Shouldn't be, but I would have made money if I'd listened to you and found a bookie. You're pretty good at the forecasting games, Brown. I'm gonna go give that to you.
I'm usually at least pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, right? Like your professional gambler, wins 51% of the time, right? That's.
Yeah, I think you're probably right in that wheelhouse at least.
Yeah. I am a very amateur compared to some other people, especially like Paul Durkee. Or not Paul Ferdiani. There's too many Pauls, damn it.
Well, you showed me how to bet on like Japanese horse racing, so I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't suggest going that route though. That's really, I know we're degenerates, but that's like that's far down the degenerate line.
You get bored at like 3 a.m. You don't have nothing to do, so might as well pop on the Japanese horse racing. You know. I get it. Make a couple extra bucks.
I know. I can't wait for the flag football coming to the Olympics here, though. That's going to be great.
That seems really like a waste. Why are we doing that in the Olympics? I thought that was for like, real athletes and stuff. What's happening?
Well,
like track and field, Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner, all those people.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'll come into LA in 2028, and we gotta show the world that hey, we're still good, really, really good at the sports that we create.
Exactly. Did they get rid of baseball? I know they tried that for a while.
I don't know.
I don't think they got rid of it. Yeah, I want to just do bowling, and like
I wouldn't doubt that's coming.
Stuff like that. Yeah, back up.
That'd be a good one to have.
Yeah,
I'd be down for that.
And you gotta like smoke during the event. Pitcher of beer and a cigarette. You gotta at least have one of each.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm still waiting. I just want the average Joe Olympics where whether you like it or not, you get a notice sent to your mailbox. Hey, you're representing the United States and whatever.
I love that. And like the draft.
Yeah, and and go through that. No takebacks here as the pace car comes back down and out of the way. About 31 laps left to go as Nick Biddy in the 32 machine gets things started on off and strong. 99 Albert Anderson trying to make his way around the 88 of Mike Adamson, 8 of Dylan Bryant alongside him here in tandem. Same thing with the 69 of Larry Dickerson trying to slide up through this field of traffic here as well. 22 Justin Hurst up 22 spots on the day, trying to figure out a way around the 33 of Sean Roberts.
Somebody's in the grass. Seth Hawley had a problem, but he's hung it into the wall, and he lost a lot of spots. But good for him. He didn't cause any problems. A little bit of cold tire action out there, maybe, on some of these drivers.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. I mean, they coming off of essentially there was a 50-lap green flag run. I mean, you get into that rhythm of, you know, maybe some used rubber and whatnot, and now all of a sudden you get all this grip at your disposal that you don't know what to do with, and ends up slipping and sliding on you a little bit. But either way, having some good run-ins out here.
English said he's going to make a bunch of beer or something tomorrow, right? That's why
Yep.
he had to go.
Yep.
Lucky.
Go down to like one of their sister joints or something an hour south. But I guess he's got to like get there and start at like 5 a.m. So really early morning for him.
Hey, he loves those early mornings, that guy. He's got to have his coffee too, you know.
Is he a coffee guy or is he just a coffee beer guy?
No, I think he's got to make his pot of coffee. You know, he's like an old man, you know. He makes a pot of coffee. Has to be up like 3 hours before he actually shows up to a job anywhere. You know, he's like your typical grandpa.
So not like me, wake up, be like, oh crap, I got to leave the house in 5 minutes, throw something on and go.
Yeah, that's how we roll, Brown. Not English. He's got to be really prepared, so. That's probably what he's doing right now, planning his day out.
I wouldn't doubt it. Getting his oats overnight all set on up. Straight from the Quaker jar from 1923.
Yeah. Of course. That's what the olds do, you know.
I know.
Cornflakes probably as well.
Oh, yeah.
No sugar.
No sugar, no. Maybe some Raisin Bran.
Yeah, he needs a fiber.
Yeah. It's the
You
09
like that, you gotta have fiber.
099 goes side by side with the 69 fighting over some podium positions here with about 25 laps left to go. Meanwhile, the 32 Nick Biddy still locked in up there at the front, trying to break free of this main pack. Maybe trying to break free of some of that draft here as well. And we don't really normally touch on that, you know, especially being a short track. Draft usually doesn't come into play, but here at Iowa, you got just long enough of some straights that if you do get into somebody's draft, you can make up a little bit of time.
Yeah, right now you're running out of time to make up time too, so guys are probably pushing it a little bit farther than they should be. So we may see one more caution, I think, maybe before the end of this thing.
Definitely a possibility. Is 14 Benjamin McKinnon out here trying to make his way on around some traffic here. Having some good battles there. 23 of the Mac Daddy Mark Collins locked in side by side with the 33 here as well.
There's some too wide up here, a little bit, kind of everywhere. 15's past the 38.
69 finally able to get that front bumper up underneath the 099 of Anderson. Is Anderson going to go for the crossover here? No, looks like he's going to settle into line here. Maybe save a little bit of tires here for the final 10 or so laps here coming up in about 10 laps.
Yeah, look at Derek. He's taking that hard inside line on some of these corners. He may wear those tires out.
It's definitely a possibility, but he's in a kind of a tough group of racers right now. PJ Cox, Dylan Bryant, Skylar Herod. You know, you got to figure out a way to at least get through it. It's one of those you really need to get your space to really run your line, but to do that, you got to burn your stuff up a little bit.
Yeah, you want to win, you're going to have to gamble just a touch.
Meanwhile, the 32 of Biddy. Oh, he fell for the old trick of lean to the outside, bring it back to the inside. But here comes the 32 with a little bit of a crossover. Looking back down low on the 69 of Larry Dickerson. Not quite able to get there. 69 of Dickerson, I think he's found out where that comfortable spot is up on that outside lane through turns 3 and 4. He's been really making that good use and able to find his way up here to the lead. So the 69 machine up 28 spots. Ooh, goodness gracious. Really fighting through the traffic here tonight.
Oh, it's getting real serious right now, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Yes, indeedy. And some good fights all the way around. One of DW trying to sneak around the outside of Albert Anderson. Having some good battles there. Skylar Herod as well, trying to figure out a way to get around the 8 machine of Dylan Bryant. Even back here in like 20th, I mean, you got a whole mob of traffic. You got the 20, the 48, the 38. You also got the 14, 15, the 4. So we got battles going all the way around the racetrack right now.
Yeah, I mean, you want to get your positions. It doesn't matter where you are on the track. So if you're battling somebody, battle it out. That's what's happening. Iowa is crazy, man. Not only with the corn, but with the racing.
Yeah, you ain't kidding here. They just loaded up the bases with 1 out at the top of the 4th. First baseman took a stinger right off the hand. About 14 laps left to go here in this race. Chris Goins, DW, going side by side here. Meanwhile, at 69, Larry Dickerson starting to run off into the sunset a little bit. About a half-second gap over Nick Biddy and the 88 of Mike Adamson right now.
Dang, Larry's up 28 spots. Adamson's up 19, so pretty good showing by those guys.
Man, that there is a one of DW fighting still down low against that 41 machine. Oh, but his way's getting kind of blocked a little bit by the 88, not able to get the run out of the corner that he was hoping for. 6 of Joe David still having a good fight here with the 99 of Dylan Walterman. Haven't talked about Walterman here much tonight, but up 14 spots up there into 16th. Having a pretty solid run. Three of Skylar Herod locked into that battle with the 05 of PJ Cox here as well.
Ooh, Adamson got kind of turned around a little bit, losing spots. I don't know. I think he got some help.
Hey, you might have gotten a little bit of help there, but able to keep the nose pointed in the right direction here.
Gomes might have helped him around a little bit.
2 RBI double coming in there for Texas, 6-2 now.
Oh, that makes it fun.
Oh yeah, I love the 2 for 2.
Interesting battle of the boot, the silver boot. That's what they call it. You know,
The silver
Texas
boot.
and Houston. Yeah.
It's not like it's shaped like Italy or anything.
I don't know. It's whatever. They do their thing. They've just become rivals. When the Astros went to the American League, they were forced. know if you remember that.
Well, so I do remember the Astros being part of the National League, and then all of a sudden they're in the American League. And
They were forced with realignment. I mean, it ended up working out for the Astros, but
right.
it's made the two like pure rivals now. They're in the same division.
Good runner down the third base line brings in another 2 for the Rangers. So, bringing on the rain right now for those for the Rangers. You got the 18 machine going 3 wide, down low, 05 in the middle with Mark Collins up along the outside, able to figure that situation on out here with about 7 laps to go. Larry Dickerson really not feeling any pressure right now. He's got some lap traffic kind of playing buffer for him. Meanwhile, the one of DW trying to figure out a way to get around the 32 of Nick Biddy, but he's trying to figure out a way to get around this lap traffic here as well.
Man, I can't believe Larry's just kind of running away with it now. He must have dialed himself in.
Yeah, well, you know, it was that late pit stop there, lap 98, taking the full set of tires, full fuel, making sure everything's all locked in and loaded. And it's definitely been working out for him here right now.
All right, Derek Welch is last pitted at 114. Do you think he's got a chance to make some moves? It looks like he's trying to. Biddy right now.
He really is trying to. If he gets around Biddy and finds some speed here for a couple laps, he might, but I don't think he's got the time here. 4 laps to go as the field crosses the line. Some good fighting still going on here around the 51. You got the 099 Albert Anderson. You got the 8 machine running around there. The 10 machine as well. 13 of Paul Durkee locked into a good battle here with the 88 of Mike Adamson as well. As Larry Dickerson comes back down across the line. 3 laps to go. Continuing to try to get that run away and just keep adding to that time cushion that he has. Dickerson, Biddy, and Welsh kind of single filed out and a little bit of spaced out as they make their way on down through turns 3 and 4. 2 laps to go as they come across the line.
Yeah, I think it looks like a wrap at this point. We'll see. Biddy's trying to be super aggressive, but I don't think he's going to catch him.
Man, it's just got to wait and see. You never know what driver is going to maybe make a little whoopsie here, and we'll have to wait and see. Coming out of turns 3 and 4, the 1 machine giving it all she's got, driving up into that outside wall, scrubbing a little bit of speed here as the white flag comes on out. Final lap here tonight. No bonus time here as well. Getting this one done in regulation as the 69 makes his way on down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Really nobody in his sights. Solo victory for the 69. Larry Dickerson winning here at Iowa, followed up by the 32 of Biddy and the 1 of DW. As we're wrecking across the line, the 13 hard into the infield wall. Same thing, oh man, with the 51 of Chris Klein there as well.
Well, that's a fun way to end the thing.
Yeah, it was a great finish there.
Yeah, Larry's super excited. I heard him screaming on the radio.
And he's happy to get back up there in the podium in the winner's circle, getting his burnouts in. The LA Construction 69 machine. Having a good battle. Man, it was a pretty good race. You know, Iowa can sometimes go a couple different ways, and you know, we saw a couple cautions here tonight, but for the most part, they were pretty good.
Yeah, I think they behaved themselves.
Yeah, a lot of green flag laps.
I'm glad because I didn't want to see a bunch of cautions.
Getting alerted by Mr. PJ Cox that his in-car coming across the line was pretty crazy here.
Oh, okay.
So let's go ahead and
you can check that out.
jump on board here with the 05. I think he was a part of the craziness that was going on here. It's a 13. Oh, washes up the track. Oh, man. Talk about splitting the field and getting some positions there. 05 found himself up a couple of extra spots there with all the shenanigans.
Oh, thanks for letting. He let us know. So
He let us know.
We got to see it because there was so much other stuff happening. We would have known, but that's cool.
Yeah, that's fantastic. As we go ahead and get some of these interviews up underway, starting us off will be our third place finisher here tonight, but number one in your hearts, it's the one machine of Mr. DW picking up the podium finish here tonight at the tricky long short track here at Iowa. DW, pretty good run, a lot of green flags being run here as well, and I think that all turns out to be a kind of like a pit strategy battle there towards the end.
Yeah, I thought I had the pit strategy all planned out on my benefit, and I was cussing old Nick. I love Nick Beatty to death, but I was cussing him on that last lap. I mean, those last few laps, they kept squeezing me, kept blocking me. If I could have got around Nick, I could have. I know for sure I could have ran down Larry, but we decided as a team to take the tire, go that last, the second to last caution without taking tires, just fuel, and that was I didn't like the call, but Mr. Chris Klein made the call, so we decided to go for it and take that risk. And 10 laps later, we had that caution, and I had newer tires there, but it didn't pay off. But it did pay off. It was my third straight podium, so all in all, it was a good race. I would have liked to got a win for a change, but good racing by Nick. It's all fair game.
Hey, y'all put on a good show. You did a good job. Vegas next week. What do you think about that? And who'd you like to give some shout outs to?
I love Vegas. It's one of my faves. Especially these Xfinity cars. You race them in trucks. It's almost like a super speedway, but not so much in Xfinity. They run kind of loose, and you can drive the car off the rear tires better. And anytime I can drive the car off the right rears, I love driving like that. And hopefully I can get another podium. I'm on three straight podiums so far, so I'm trying to make it 4 straight next week. And thanks to NTG, my teammates, all the sponsors here in the league, and made this league keeps ticking and running along. And it's great to see we still having 35 car fields. Trucks is still full fields every week. I'm blessed to have leads that's run like, it's doing well. All my admins, man, they're great admins. Call all races fair. All the drivers think it's fair. Sometimes we do have that cookie every now and then that will fuss with us, but thanks to all my admin, Mark Collins, that lead with me. I couldn't ask for a better partner in crime. Mark Collins, he's like a brother to me. He had I don't know where he finished, but he had a pole. He didn't know how to be on that front row tonight.
He ended up down there in 15th, about midway through the field, so pretty good there for the 23 machine. But the number one of Mr. DW up here on the podium once again in third place, man. Congratulations. Go ahead, celebrate it, and we'll see you guys back here next week for Vegas there, buddy.
Thanks, bro.
And that will continue our charge up here through this leaderboard, and we'll get to talking to tonight's second place finisher, and it's going to be the 32 of Mr. Nick Biddy, who, after one of those first late cautions, thought he was pretty sneaky taking the full tire stop and getting up through the field, but another one comes on out and everyone matches up the strategy. But a great strategy call there for the 32. Man, you looked pretty strong out there, just kind of getting caught up there towards the end, and it was a pretty good run for the 32 tonight.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Just needed one less caution. If that last caution didn't come out, I'm pretty sure we set it on cruise control, and you're talking to me after this person that's talking right now.
Well, it was a good run by you, and then Derek said you were kind of blocking him there at the end. So
Yeah, I was. I didn't want to be on the third step.
yeah. Well, you did a good job, real clean way of doing it too, and he was happy with everybody's performance. So good job tonight. Who'd you like to give some shout outs to in Vegas next week?
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, guys. As normal, my smoking hot wife, Jessie Biddy, who I don't know if she was in the chat tonight, but I know she was watching. Also, Ada Smith and Murph Dog, the human boy. Thank you guys for watching. And hey, new paint tonight. Kind of a oldie but a goodie, bringing back the Dawsonville pool room. Thank you, Gordon Perkle. Appreciate feeding us all those years, and maybe we'll run it a little bit more.
Yes, sir, indeed. As a 32 of Mr. Nick Biddy finds his way up to a second place here on this podium, man, congratulations. We look forward to seeing you guys back out here in action once again over there under the Vegas lights there, buddy. Good luck.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
And with that, we move on up to our hard charger of the race here this evening. And it's been a hot minute since we've gotten a chance to talk to him. Mr. Larry Dickerson, driver of the 69 machine, driving his way up 28 spots to pick up the race win here at Iowa. Man, congratulations. This one's definitely got to feel pretty good.
Dude, you have no idea. I am so pumped. This is amazing. It's been a while since I won it. To finally get me another win, this feels awesome. I don't know what to say.
Well, I don't know. You came up 28 spots, so that was a great job. Talk your way through the field and let us know how that went down and give us some shout outs.
Yeah, I actually didn't get but only one practice lap the whole practice, just because I have a little nephew's baseball game I had to go help with this evening. So I got in with like probably just under 5 minutes left of practice, did my one lap just to get a feel. And then starting at the back, unfortunately had that EOL. And I want to apologize to Connor Leach. That one wreck was totally my fault. I got loose up top of him and came down and bumped his front end and sent down to 38 and caused him wreck. And if he's listening, I want to apologize. That's completely my fault. I didn't mean to. And like I told Derek, I'll take an EO for that. That was my fault. But yeah, coming through the field, it was, to me, it was all about tire saving and managing those tires any way you can. Make sure you're not coming off the corner sideways, tearing the right rear up, and then not driving in so hard you're sliding the front end and tearing the right front up. So it was a fine balance of throttle play in the corners and coming off the corners. That was my main strategy, and I got to give it, when it comes to my tire saving skills and how I've gotten so good, I got to give a major shout out to Dylan Bryant. As everybody knows, Mad Max Dylan Bryant. He's the one who got me on iRacing. He's the one that taught me and got me really good at tire saving in a lot of places. So shout out to him on that. And yeah, then when that caution went 50 go, I didn't know whether to take tires or save a set. So I was like, let me just, with the green flag run field we had, I was like, I got faith that we would keep it green flag. So I came with 50 go, took my last set, and then that last caution right after that with 40-something to go when Derek took tires, I had a little bit of faith, but I figured they was going to catch me. And if it weren't for, I want to give a big shout out to Nick too for holding Derek up. But they did an awesome job. Nick and Derek did an awesome race. If Derek could have got by Nick, like I told him in the podium, he was going to eat me alive. There was no way I was going to hold Derek up. So thankfully they got to battling, and man, like I said, I just cannot believe I just won another race. This is one of the best feelings in the world right here. And for shout outs, first and foremost, Derek, thank you for putting on an amazing league. This race was a lot of fun. Shout out to all the competitors for clean racing. Again, I apologize to Connor Leach. I did not mean to. Shout out to you guys. I don't care what anybody says. Y'all are hands down the best broadcasters on YouTube and iRacing, period. There ain't nobody better. Shout out to All Star Racing, Albert Anderson. God, I'm forgetting names. I'm so excited. Jeremiah, Mike, um, Russell, Jack, and my sponsors, LA Construction, JP Designs for my awesome paint jobs. And again, like I told y'all before a couple times, anybody can go donate to my biggest sponsor, Angelman Syndrome Foundation. Is an organization that helps out with autism and all forms of autism. Go help them people out, donate. You'll be doing that cause. Awesome job. And man, yeah, just an awesome race. Can't believe I just won.
Yes, sirree, indeed. As a big congratulations going on out to tonight's race winner and hard charger of the race, the 69 of Mr. Larry Dickerson, up 28 spots, picking up the race win here tonight, man. Congratulations. Go ahead, celebrate it, and we'll see you back here out on track for the action next week over at Las Vegas, man.
All right, see y'all next race, and one time for the win, Ric Flair. Woo! See y'all later.
Ooh, getting the Ric Flair in there. We'll close out the interviews here tonight, and that does it here from Iowa. Some great racing action. Glad to be a part of it, and glad to have you here with us here tonight, Turner. As I know you've been missing some of these stuff, but you were able to watch it from flag to flag, pretty much.
I did. I pulled it off, and I'm glad to help you out. I know English. This is what teamwork's about, man. Yeah. English had to go, so I stepped up. And you're always here. That's a consistent one right there. You.
Yeah, well, we're having a great time indeed. And as we have this great time, sadly, it must come to an end as we tell everybody where their favorite driver ended up finishing here tonight. The 69 Larry Dickerson finding his way to pick up that race win. 32 Nick Biddy finding the second step of that podium, with the one of DW doing all he could and finding his way on up to that podium finish here as well. Just shy of that podium is the 41 Chris Goins for president. Definitely look forward to voting for him coming up here in about 12 months. Then you got Dylan Bryant in the 8 machine having a great run as well, sneaking up into that top 5. Mike Allison kind of with a little bit of some squirreliness, maybe helped with that squirreliness there. Dropped back down to 6th position, but a still great run there. The 05 PJ Conks with a fantastic run coming down across the line, picking up a few extra spots there, finishing in 7th. You got Dylan Walterman as well having a great run, finding his way inside this top 10, finishing in 8th. Skylar Herod as well, driver of the 3 machine, having a nice run, finishing in 9th. With the 13 Mr. Paul Durkee, the old man, got the pole position, then started in the back and fought his way on up to find himself there in 10th. In 11th, you got the 099 Albert Anderson with a solid run, trying to figure some things out there towards the end, but a good run there. The 48 is Seth Hawley as well. He was pretty much battling all race long there in the midfield, finding his way to 12th. 13th, you got Sean Roberts as well in the 33, having a solid run. 14th, Justin Lawson in the 20, having a pretty good run there as well. With the 15 of Mark Collins, driver of the 23 machine, getting a top 15 position. 16th, you got Mr. Chris Klein having a okay run as well, with Brandon Coleman, driver of the 19 machine, running out your field's top half.
Yeah, Frank Peak. How do you say that? Peacock?
Yeah.
Peacock, 18th. Justin Hurst, 19th. Joe David, 20th. Yeah, Anthony Williams, 21st. Benjamin McKinnon, 22nd. Scott Milner, 23rd. Double O Joe Bennett, Triple O Joe, 24th. Jared Woodard, 25th. Paul Ferdiani, lap down, 26th. Timothy Stubblefield, 27th. Russell Endicott, 28th. John Luke Wilkie, 29th. Joseph Thompson, 30th. Tristan Cotton, 31st. Hayden Malcolm, 32nd. Connor Leach, 33rd. Justin Morrow, 34th. Tom Bears, 55. Double nickel rounds it out.
Awesome. As that is your field here tonight from Iowa. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching and having a great time here with us. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, if you do enjoy the action, be sure to hit that thumbs up button as well so we can continue to grow this fantastic community we got going on over here. Of course, we also have to thank the great sponsors of the NTRL, such as Davidson Builders, DEP Graphics, Sim Gear Central, Trek Bar Media, and Martin Sports. Big time thank you to all you guys for your continued support and letting the NTRL do what it does best and put on a fantastic show week in and week out. So with that, we close down the action here tonight. Don't worry, we'll be back for some Wednesday night racing action with the Vigilante Racing League coming up to their final race before the playoffs coming on up, I believe, on Wednesday. So be sure to find out who's in, who's out, and what the chase for that championship looks like, because it's definitely been an interesting year to say the least. We look forward to seeing how that one comes on down to the end. But until then, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off.
See ya.